So, good day, everyone, and welcome you all to the doctor system. And the doctor system is an advanced way of navigating the market and understanding price action in such a way that you'll be able to execute and capitalize on lots of opportunities the way I do. So that's what all the doctor system is all about. There is nothing to say too much. So the doctor system is built in a particular concept, which we call structural liquidity and key level. So the entire concept is structural liquidity and key level, but there is a way I see it that make me name it my own way, right? There's a way I see it way differently from how everyone sees it, right? So we are going to be talking about identification of key levels first, and I will talk about what key levels are. So first thing first, I want each and every one of you to get his or her notes, get it your notes, sit down, and you start writing from today, which is our first class, until our last class, because I'm going to give you what information that works. So first of all, how do you identify these key levels and what are these key levels? Number one, key levels are what? They are decision points in the market. Key levels are zones or points in the market where if the market reach, you decide you want to make what? A decision. It's when the market has reached the place that you, okay, let me now make a decision. Am I buying or am I selling? That's what key levels are. Put it at the back of your mind. I said key levels are what? They are decision points in the market. It doesn't mean when the market come there, you just buy or you just sell. No, you make a decision. Okay, there are further confirmations when the market reach there that will enable you make a decision. Okay, am I going to buy here or what? Am I going to what? Sell here? So that's what key levels are. So we have six different type of key levels in which when the market gets to that place, you have to make a decision. The first one is support. The second one is resistance. The third one is support break becomes resistance. The fourth one is resistance break becomes support. The fifth one is Quasimodo, which is what QM. And the sixth one is what OCL. So we are going to talk about all this key level, and I'll teach you guys how to identify it. Now, first of all, like I said, key levels are decision points in the market. When the market reach any of this one of the six, any of the six ones, when the market reach that particular zone, you are bound to make a decision, which is okay, am I going to be looking for a buy or am I going to be looking up for a sell? Or am I going to be waiting for further confirmation? All this. So anytime the market reach any of this key level, you have to make a decision. You can either look for a buy, look for a sell, or wait for confirmation, or you can watch the market do what it wants to do. Now, what is a support and how does a support look like? What is a resistance? How does a resistance look like? What is a support break becomes resistance? What is a resistance break becomes support? What is Quasimodo and what is open close? So OCL here means open close level. QM means Quasimodo, RBBS means resistance break becomes support, SBBR means support break becomes resistance. This is resistance and this is support. Now, let me give the normal example I used to give since when I started teaching. I used to tell you that, okay, all of you here now, you are inside your houses and you are sitting either in your room or in the parlor or somewhere, or you are lying down. Now, if this is your house, for example, put it at the back of your mind that this is your house, right? This is a house, the type of house they used to draw for us when we were kids. Now, this is the door of the house, right? Now, let's say this is Abdul, and Abdul is standing inside this house, and this Abdul leg. Now, if Abdul wants to fly up and go up, like he wants to fly and bust the ceiling, this ceiling is going to stop Abdul from flying up. So this ceiling is what resisting Abdul from flying up. And the tiles the Abdul is working on is supporting Abdul. So whatever it is, anything that is at the top of the market that is disallowing the market to go up is what? Is a resistance. And anything that is supporting the market so that the market can work on it to go up is what? Is a support. So support is always below the market and resistance is above the market. So we'll talk about it in detail so that what everybody is going to understand what we are talking about. So There is nothing too much there. So now, how does the support looks like on the chart, and how does the resistance look like on the chart? So there are two ways we are representing each of these levels, and I will talk about all of them. Each of these level can be seen in the candlestick way and the candlestick chart and in the line chart. So where is the support? I just explained that support is present at the below the chart. So the support is a combination of a bearish and a bullish candle. So we are going to have a bearish candle like this, right? And we are going to have a what? A bullish candle like this. So once we have the combination of a bearish and a bullish candle, let's say this is a bullish candle like this. We have a bearish candle with a wick like this, and we have a bullish candle. Now, once we have this formation of a bearish and a bullish candle, where they met below here, exactly the meeting point right there is what is is called a support, right? This is called a support. Wherever you see a bearish and a bullish candle on the chart, anywhere, it is called what? A support. This is what we call a support. And on the line chart, this is on the candlestick chart, it's going to look like a letter V. So that's why it is called a V-shaped key level, right? So this is what we call a V-shaped key level. V-shaped key level. Okay, I thought I gave a rule not to write on my screen. Very good. I can disable annotation. All right. So this is what we call what? A support. A support is a V-shaped key level, and on the line chart is going to look like a V, and on the candlestick chart is going to look like this, where two key levels meet. Also, these supports are where we are going to be looking for buys. So per each key level, I'll give you three information about it. The first information is this is how it look on the candlestick chart, and this is where you mark. You are not worried about the week, you mark out the bodies. The second thing information is how it looks on the line chart. It is a V-shaped key level. A V-shape, I mean like this, V-shaped, right, on the line chart. And thirdly, it is used for looking for buy. So we are around a V-shaped key level, we are going to be looking for buy. So that is what we are going to be talking about on support. Now, we now drop down to resistance. Now, what is resistance? Like I said, resistance is going to be present above the chart. So now resistance is just the opposite of this. Now, rather than us having a sell and a buy candle, we are going to have a buy, right, a buy candle, and then we're going to have what? A sell candle like this. So this is what we call what? Right. So this is what resistance. And resistance is going to be above the chart. It's not going to be below the chart. It's going to be what? Above the market. It's going to be at the top. You are not quite going to be finding it at the bottom of the chart or whatever it is. You're going to be finding it at the what? At the top. So when you mark the top like this one is now what? A resistance. Can you see it? This is now what? A resistance, a resistance, a resistance. And a resistance is used for what? It's used for cells. And on the line chart, it's going to look like letter A. So it is what? An A-shaped key level. You are going to mark the tip like this. So it's what? An A-shaped key level. So now, anytime the market gets to this zone, you are going to be making a decision. It doesn't mean you're going to buy or sell. No, you're going to be making a decision because what? Key levels are decision points in the market. They are decision points in the market, right? So we have them like this. We have the support, we have the resistance. I've talked about the support, I've talked about the resistance and how they look. And then um, this is V shape and this is A shape. Now this one is used for sales and that other one is used for what? It's used for looking, we are using it to look for a buy. Now we are going to talk about OCL and then we talk about the remaining because they are quite difficult to understand. And then we go into the chart and mark 1,000 or 2,000 of them, right? So now OCL is called open close and open close is going to look like this on the chart. There are two types of open close. There's the bullish open close and there's what? The bearish open close. It occurs between the two candles of the same direction. Two candles of the same direction. My voice is breaking. God, I cannot do anything about it. I cannot do anything. My network is not too good. Okay, so we have the OCL like this, and we have the OCL like this. right? So when you have two candles of the same direction, right? In between them, where they meet, their meeting points, their bodies, we are not worried about their wicks, right? So that is what we call an OCL, and that's what an open close level. Now, this one where two bearish candles are present, that one right there is what? Is the one we are going to be looking for sells. Meaning this one is going to, we are going to be looking for sell. On the line chart, it's not going to be looking anyhow. On the line chart, it's not looking anyhow. Okay. On the line chart, it's not looking what? Anyhow. So this is, you cannot see it on the line chart properly. The market just bends small. So this is what? The one you use for sell, it's an OCL. Then the one you use for buy is the same thing, but it's going to be what? Green color. The same thing, but it's just going to be green. You use it for buy like this. Then you have two, you have wicks like this. Then this is what? An OCL you are going to be used for buy. So all these are decision points, right? All these are decision points in the market. If the market comes to that place and reject, we'll talk about rejection. We're talking that we need to talk about break a key level that is broken. We're going to be talking about fresh and unfresh key level too, right? All in introduction to the doctor system, which is identification of the key level. So this is an V-shaped key level, which is used for buy, which is a support. This is a A-shaped key level used for sales, which is a resistance. This is what an open close used for buy and an open close used for sell, right? Now, let's go into the chart, identify all of these, and then we come back and do whatever it is that we want to. Now, let's go into the daily time frame and let's do a little bit of identification. Now, on the daily time frame, you can see that we can see a lot of key levels. Now, this one is what? It's a support. You can see it. This one is what? OCL. This one is what? OCL. This one right here is what? Resistance. You can see them. We'll go into the line chart so you can see it. This one is what? OCL. This one is what? OCL for sales. This one is what? Support. I'm sorry, resistance. This one is what? Support. This one is what? Support. This one right here is what? Resistance. So these are the key levels. So, but key levels are everywhere, just like liquidity. Liquidity is everywhere in the market, same as key levels are everywhere. So you cannot be able to use all of them. That's why you need to act very wise, right? So you can see a lot of them. Right here, we also have an OCL. Right here, what do we have? A support right here. Right here, what do we have? A support right here. You can see all the support are below the chart. And right here, what do we have? We have a what? Resistance. So if you come into the line chart, let's go into the line chart right there. You look at all the A shape, all the A V shape. Look at this V shape, letter V like this. This is what? A support. A V shape, a support, a V shape, a support. You can see them below the chart. But anyone you see an A shape resistance, an A shape resistance, A shape right here resistance, A shape right here resistance. So all this OCL, you can see them, they are not, they just bend a little, nothing too significant. So you cannot see them on the line chart. So we'll go back into the candlestick and we'll go and talk about the remaining key level before we come back to what into the chart again, right? So before we come back into the chart again. So we have this. Now this is what we've talked about. Now let's talk about a support break becomes resistance, a resistance break becomes support, a QMR Quasimodo. Now these are the three key levels that are left. Now pay attention to all the key levels I've drawn on the screen and I'll use all of them for explanation. Now, for example, look at this particular key level. This is what? A support. This is, sorry, a resistance. We are supposed to be using it for sell. Now, there is something we call listen, there's something we call rejection and a break. Now, I need to explain rejection and a break. For me to explain support break becomes resistance break becomes support, and QMR. So I want you to pay attention to this one diagram I want to draw, right? I want to use right here, this one diagram. Now, this diagram, pay attention to it. I don't want to delete everything I've drawn. I would have just deleted it so you guys will understand. Let me just delete this one like this so I can have space. Now, this is a support. Now, when the market comes into this resistance, sorry, touch the resistance here and close below it, meaning the wick enter and then it closed below this resistance. It means that this resistance has been respected. You understand? If the market touch the resistance and close below by rejecting, okay, meaning the market, as far as the market touch and reject the key level, not necessarily close. It depends on how you use your own. It depends on your ideology. Once the market rejects the zone like this, meaning the market is respecting in the process. If it closed, meaning the market has respected this particular key level. So for a market to respect a key level, it need to what? Use a wick to reject it. It need to reject with a wick. That means the market has respected it, meaning the market is ready to use it for a sell. Now, what if the market now come and penetrate through it, and then the market close above that particular key level, meaning the market did not close below your line where you marked it, the market closed above like this. Now, once the market close above that particular thing like this, meaning the market has broken this key level. Now, originally, this key level is supposed to be used for sell. If the candle body close above it, meaning the market has disrespected it, then it was a resistance before. Now it is not a resistance anymore. It has turned toward a support. This is what we call resistance break becomes support. Number 4, RBBS. Resistance break becomes support. Meaning, instead of us to use this thing for a sell now, we are going to be using it for a buy. And we are not going to change where we marked. No, we are going to be using the same place we marked. Then we'll be expecting the market to open. When the market open, drop into this key level and then reject. This time around, you can see that the market now respected this one. It's going to reject it, and the market is going to move toward to the upside. So this is now what? A resistance break becomes support. The same thing is going to happen to what? To this support break becomes resistance. So this is his support. Now, if the market opens up like this and then close below, the market has broken it. But if the market rejected from that key level and weak it, meaning the market has what? Respected. So now the market now break. If the market breaks this key level, then we expect the market to use it for what? For a sell instead of what? The buy. It was supposed to be used for a buy. They'll be expecting the market to open up, come into this, and then sell off. Then this one is now what? A support break becomes what? Resistance. And this is what? A resistance break becomes support. Okay. Now, this is for this is what number 4, which is RBBS, resistance break becomes support, or RBS, anyone they call it. This one is SBBR, support break becomes resistance, or a SBR, support break becomes resistance, whatever it is. Now, this is for it. Now, I'll still use this RBS as an example. Now, even an OCL can be used as an RBS or an SBR, meaning instead of the market to come and reject like this, the market should reject like this. The market refused to do that. The market closed above, like this, so like this. Now, we expect the market to open up the next day or whatever it is, drop into this and then go up. Then this one that is supposed to be used for sell is now what? Used for buy. Then this OCL, instead of it to be used as a what? Resistance, right? Yes, it is now used what? As a support to go to the upside. The same thing happened to SBBR, right? Now, that is for support break becomes resistance, and resistance break becomes support. Now, let's talk about Quasimodo. QM is one of the strong key levels we have on the chart, and it is called a left shoulder because of how it looks on the line chart. So because of how it looks on the line chart, we call it left shoulder because it looks like this. Look at it. It looks like we have a shoulder, we have a head like this. For a sell, it looks like this. And for a buy, it looks the opposite way. So that's why they now call it what? A left shoulder. For a buy, it looks like this. So they now call this the word the left shoulder, right? This is for a sell, this is for a buy. Now, how does it occur on the line chart? Now, the same thing that happened to this RBBS. Now, instead of the market to still use it like this, the market say no, it now penetrated down. Again, you'll be like, what's wrong with this market? Market don't want to respect my zone. Now, it was supposed to be used for sell, market disrespected. It was supposed to be used for buy, market disrespected. Then you now use it for the original thing it was supposed to be used for. Then this is what we call a QM because key level close above it and down below it. And this is what we call a QM. Now, the same thing happened here. It was supposed to be used for buy, market disrespected. It's supposed to be used for buy, market decided to disrespect it. What? Again. Then what? this one is going to be used for a buy rather than a sell. This is how it looked on the line chart. This is how it looks on the line chart. The same thing can happen to an OCL, a QM with an OCL. Meaning, instead of this one to be used for buy, market will now not use it for buy. Market will sell again. Once the market sell again, right, this place is a QM, but with the use of an OCL. Now we need to go into the chart deeply, and we need to see a lot on the chart, right? So we need to see a lot on the chart. So we'll go into the daily time frame again, and this is, I'm using GU. It's cool. So we'll go and look at all the skill levels and how they look. Now, let's take a look at this. This is now what? A resistance. This is a support, right? It was broken right here. Now let's go. This candle closed below this your line, right? So it was broken. And look at what the next candle did. The next candle came into it and then use it for a sell. So this is what a support break becomes resistance. Look at the way the next candle rejected that same line and use it for a sell. Now what is this? This is a what? QM. QM. Why? Because this is a resistance. Let's go into the line chart so you guys can see how it looks on the line chart, right? Let's go into the line chart. Let's go into the line chart. Look at it exactly the way I draw it, right? Now it was a resistance. Market disrespected it to the upside. It was supposed to be used as support. Market disrespected it again. And then look at where the market came back into the QM after closing below. It just came back. So this is what we call a QM. Now the same thing. This is also what a QM. Why? Market was supposed to use this for a sell. Market disrespected it because it was a support. Market disrespected it to the downside again. This became a QM. Look at the line chart. It is a QM, right? It's a left shoulder. Now this is let's go look at a lot of them. This is a what? A support break becomes resistance. Market was supposed to use it for a buy, disrespected it. This candle came back into it and use it what? For a sell, right? So this is a support break becomes a resistance break becomes support, right? Now let me explain something using this particular thing. Now there is something we call fresh and unfresh key levels. Now fresh key levels are the ones we are interested in, and unfresh key levels are the ones we are not interested in because the market has used them before. Fresh key levels are the ones the market has not used before, and we are expecting the market to use them. Unfresh key levels are the ones that the market has used before, and we are not interested in market using them anymore. Now, a fresh key level is the one that the market has rejected from before. And unfresh key level is the one the market has not touched at all. Before I make an explanation on this, let's go through it. This key level, the market has not used it yet. The market can come back to it in the future and use it. Now, this key level, let's take a look at this. This is an OCL that got disrespected. Market came back into it. Now, market has used this one, meaning we are not interested in the market using it anytime in the future. We are not interested, meaning the market has used it and the market has used it totally. Now, we have a V-shaped level here. Look at this one. Market respected it, rejecting. The body of a candle did not close below it, so it was respected. Market has used it before. We are not interested in market using it again. Now, because they are what? Unfresh. Which ones are we interested in the market using? This one has not been used yet. This one has not been used yet. But this one has been used, right? But then the OCL here has not been used yet. This one has not been used yet. This support, this resistance here has been used. So the market is not going to use it anymore. This QM right here has been used, right? So the market is not going to use it anymore. This OCL here has been used. The market is not going to use it anymore. So fresh key levels, the ones that have not been used, are the ones we are interested in for the market to use again. Now, unfresh key levels are key levels we are not interested in for the market to use. We feel like, okay, the market is not going to use this key level because the market has used this key level before. But if a key level have been used before, let's say, for example, let me use the line chart again, or this key level have been used before, then at some point in time, market disrespected that key level. For example, look at this. This is a support and it has been used here and it was used again. So market has used this before. But the moment a candle closed above it, meaning the market now disrespected this zone, then this zone is now fresh again because a candle have closed above it or below it, depending on whether it's a buy or a sell scenario. Then this candle is fresh again for the market to use. For example, again, look at this. It was used here, but the moment this candle closed above it, it is fresh again for the market to use again. That's why the market came back into it here again. So if a key level have been used before and then the market disrespected it, then it is fresh again for the market to use it again, right? For example, this is a key level right here that the market has used. So anytime in the future now, if a candle now close above this key level, right? It now close above this key level like this. It is we are free to use it for a buy again. It is now fresh again, and it is we are allowed to use it. So there is nothing we discussed here. This is just the introductory aspect, and what we discussed is purely introduction to what to the doctor system, which is identification of key levels. We talked about the support, we talked about the resistance, we talked about the support break becomes resistance, a resistance break becomes support, both in how you can use OCL as support break becomes resistance and resistance break becomes support, a Quasimodo and what? An OCL. So let's look for an OCL that is used as support break becomes resistance so that I'll not stress you guys. Let's look at OCL that got disrespected that need to be used so that you can see it for yourself. An OCL that was disrespected, that was now used again, right? I've not seen any just yet. Let's take a look at this. Let me use the one below. Beautiful. Now take a look at this key level. Can you see? This is an OCL that was used before. But when the market came back, used it here again, and then disrespected it, then this key level is now fresh again because the market has candle have closed below it. Then look at what the next candle did. It just came back into that zone and used this particular OCL that was used before and then use it for a sell, right? The same thing can happen in a lot of scenarios. This key level was used twice, but if the market can disrespect it, it's going to be used for a buy. Look at it right here. The market used this for what? For a buy. So this is the little thing we're going to be discussing about identification of key level. So now, what do we do these key levels? How do we use them? Anytime the market reach any of these key level, what do? We try to make a decision. Are we selling? Are we buying? Or are we waiting? Now, it depends on whether the market respect or break. Now, if the market reject, let's say this is a key level we are waiting for, the market came to that key level and the market would now decide to reject from that key level. Now, normally this is a key level that is supposed to be used for sell. Now, when it start rejecting, that's our next episode. Now, when it now breaks, that's also our next episode, right? We are going to be understanding what do we do? Are we going to be buying? Are we going to be selling? What's our further confirmation to this particular thing? What is our ideology towards to this particular thing, right? So this is everything about how you can identify key levels and how you can use them. Also, key levels are used for two things, either building a storyline or as a POI for entry. Next episode is building of storyline, so you understand how they're used or for entry. Now, for building of storyline, we use them on the higher time frame, daily, weekly, monthly, sometimes H4 time frame. But for entry, we specify on any time frame you can use them for entry, right? So this is everything about identification of key levels. And if there's any question, you can type your question we can end the live. And in exactly 10 minutes, I will send another link for storyline and bias. So this is episode 1, which is identification of key level. Episode 2 is going to be in for bias, right? So drop your questions. See what lie I'm sleeping. I open at it for Asian session. So in the absence of any question, I'll just quit the class and by 10:52 sharp, I'll send you guys what a new link, right? I'll send you guys a new link. So